you three?
Yeah, just
No,
us
yeah,
three.
just us three, and
Yeah.
just
It was
Wait,
disgusting.
talking was.
Wait, quick question, sorry, bro. Why are you wearing a suit again? Like, we get it. The first time,
You know what?
when
Actually, I have to say this. Yeah, he said to me like, "Oh,
I
make
said
sure
it in
you
the group
dress for
though.
the."
no, you
No, you said
didn't.
that. No, you
I
said
said
let's
it in
dress
the
for the
group.
You're
occasion.
lying. Stop
I
lying.
said, I
You should
said
stop doing
suits
that.
and sauce.
No, bro.
And
I also
suave.
said. I'm not gonna say what I said, but that's not happening, bro. So you're cheeky. Don't worry. You did us again.
Fam, we have to make this podcast blue. And anyhow, sir.
That's why you again trims. Look at him. By the way, look at his haircut. This is recorded before lockdown. So
Yeah, this is recorded in before lockdown. This was recorded in
pre-lockdown.
2018.
Yeah, this was done in, bro. I'm 16. What the hell?
I'm 16. Oh,
But
No, you
yeah,
said
nah,
2016.
Either or. But I'm just not right now getting a haircut like some people. It's fine. Look at my trim, bro.
nah, this was recorded before lockdown.
Yeah, disclaimer.
HD cuts went to Denzel's yard. That's what happened.
Oh my word. See Clout Dens
Yeah,
again.
fam.
Clout Dens again. Look at you.
But anyway,
Do you in your
let's...
support bubble? I'm joking.
I
Oh
swear.
yeah. Obviously, it was Mumsy. It was Mumsy.
Oh my god. Look at the
Oh
cap.
my
I said my
God.
mum cut my hair. Yeah, she's actually pretty good. Yeah, not too bad.
She does her thing. But yeah,
She
man.
knows
Anyway,
her son.
wow, see, she knows me. But yeah, let's get into it, man. This is episode 34. We've got artist Meron T in the house,
Ooh,
and
big ups,
2021 is the year we all chase clout. But
why do you
No,
always do
I'm
this,
going to
bro?
say this.
Every time, bro.
I'm going to say this actually, just to anyone watching: like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, we
There
have
we
to do
go.
that. Yeah,
Like,
aye,
comment, and subscribe.
bro. Clout armor. We like to see it. Look at
You
his fireplace.
do it. Okay.
but yeah. Let's get into the most recent releases. Meron, like I was proper feeling the daily and crazy out of love. Like talk about obviously how that came together and like kind of the concept behind it.
So I think it was like last Jan, I was at Sam's house. Tends to be how things go. I was having like a really bad week, and then I went round to his on the weekend, and he played me a beat, and I was like, "This is flavors," because we were trying to evolve out of our kind of more slowy, like, kind of like more jazzy stuff to kind of be more like hip hoppy beats, like heavier beats, a bit more R&B. So he played me the beat, and I was like, "Shit, I'm feeling this." I was in it, like I was low-key pissed off, or like, when there's a lot going on. Recorded it that day, ended up being the take that we used. Like tried to be recorded another day, we were like, no, it doesn't have the same emotion, so we stuck to the original take, and then, which was a freestyle. That's why you need to get me angry. That's when my best shit comes out.
Oh,
Yeah,
you should do
don't
drill
worry.
then. You should do drill.
No,
Getting
I'm
angry.
actually I'm
To be
actually
fair, it's not even a
I'm
joke.
moving
Like,
in that direction. I'm gonna
why
move in
not?
that direction.
It's actually definitely a vibe. Yeah, what are you saying?
I started trying to spit, but I've got the lyrics, but I don't have the voice yet. My delivery is a bit too it's a bit too forced.
Wow,
I
massive
think
force.
you just need to go for it, man. Like,
I try and get a little bit high before to try and like sing into it.
We do not condone that behaviour here on
channel my
Outputs.
inner roadman.
We do not condone that.
Fling on a mask in it, and it's all good.
To be fair, we actually do that.
But
So
yeah,
then, so that was a freestyle, and then like 2 weeks later, I made Crazy Out of Love. Similar circumstances. It was just something to do with like an ex. I was just like in a bad space. We were beefing loads. So when you're just like, there's bare emotion, there's bare anger. Like you can't communicate with that person because every time you chat to each other, you're both saying things at each other that neither are listening to. So I went home one day and recorded Crazy Out of Love because I was like, he's not gonna listen, so let me just get it out on the mic. So then like a couple months later, I was thinking about it, and I was like, do you know what? Daily and Crazy Out of Love were made around the same period of time. And they're based around the same situation. So I was like, why not do an A-side, B-side track? And that's how the project came about. And the nice thing about it is I wasn't thinking in my head, this is a project. I was like, oh, this is 2 singles. So I didn't have the stress of trying to be like, I've got a project to do. Do you know what I mean? It felt a bit more like relaxed because it was only 2 songs. Even though technically it is a project because an EP is an extended extended play, right? So it's
Mm.
if it's more than one single, it can actually be classified as an EP, which is why Jams put it on her top EP thing. Because I was like, what? Is it an EP? And yeah, it classifies. And I was like, thank you, Jams, thank you. I was surprised that it made it onto that, because in my head I was like, it's not an EP, like why, it can't sit in that category. But it can, so yeah.
Yeah, no, but it seems to have got a good reception from the online that I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's doing well. I finished filming a video yesterday for it.
Lit.
But now I have to start editing.
Can you give us an exclusive for when that's coming out?
Exclusive.
I'm gonna get it done in the next 2-3 weeks.
Sick.
We like to see
I can probably bang it out pretty quickly, because like if I'm on if I find something fun, I'll actively do it. It's kind of like, yeah. And if I don't want to do like admin, like reading contracts and shit, I'll delay that shit.
Nah, you gotta read it.
So
Yeah, that's
long.
long.
Make sure you read it though. Just make sure you read it.
No, I did today. I went through a 15-page
Good.
contract, and I was
Oh.
like, I'm not signing this today. I want to talk to them first,
Mm.
because I'm like, sometimes they put shit in there that I'm like,
Yeah, without really.
why'd you put shit in? Like, when they put stuff in there, they're like, you sound like you're trying to trick me.
Mm.
Because why does that need to be in there? I get that with law, you have to kind of like, the ones where it's like about indemnifying, kind of like waiving blame and shit. Like, I get that they have to put that there, but I'm like, why are you making it sound like you're gonna fuck me over?
Mm.
And you've got a clause in there that protects you from doing that. Like, it doesn't make me trust you.
I heard about a contract story where someone signed it, and it had a clause in there which was like, you can't take your masters and release them anywhere else, anywhere across the universe. So it was like, so if you leave Earth and you go and release, I'm like, you're fucked.
Boy, man said the
You can't do
universe,
it.
you know.
Nah, these
Yeah,
record
it's
labels are
absolutely
slimy.
peak.
Even the Martians can't get it. That's sad.
I'll be pissed. Like, that's a banger. Then I need to hear it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
mad.
But yeah, no, that kind of brings me on to the next topic. Obviously, I saw that you linked up with Dummy Artists, so kind of talk about how that came
Congrats.
together.
They reached out like last summer, and then I was gonna release Love Your Life with them, but like it kind of didn't work out in time, because I had interest with some other people, which in the end didn't fall through, because most of the time when I have people coming to me with like contracts and like, I'm very skeptical, let's say. Like, I'm very like, I'll be on something, but then as soon as it starts getting legal, I get scared off.
No, that's why I have to reach for a lawyer, you know. Like,
No, I did something like
Okay,
on that
cool,
occasion. I did
cool.
get a lawyer. I mean, I could get a lawyer for this one, but in my head I'm thinking it's not that deep, because it's not like I'm signing away my copyright or anything, and like the term's only like 2-3 months, so it's like, it's not something that's like super scary, but still I'm not signing it till I've like clarified stuff. Oh yeah, Dummy, back to the topic. Yeah, they hit me up about doing a song. Didn't do Love Your Life, and then I had like, there was enough time to have them involved with Daily and Crazy Out of Love. I'm glad they were on it, because I kind of needed that person, or those, like, there's 2 of them who have worked on it with, which is Harris and Daniel, and they've been really proactive, which has been sick, because they've been like super like there's been really good communication. They've been sending me emails being like, can you get this to us? But it hasn't been too strict either. Like, my laptop died, for example, my laptop broke for 2 weeks, so basically that delayed getting like assets to them and stuff. And it wasn't a matter of like, oh well, the deal's off, or they didn't give me shit for it, do you know what I mean? Like, it was, they put a nice gentle pressure on me to get shit done, but it wasn't to the point where I felt like kind of like, because if I have too much on me, my natural instinct is to run away, is to be like,
it can give you anxiety if it's just too
yeah,
much,
for sure.
Yeah,
pressure and stuff. So yeah, it's been really cool that they've helped. They put me through with like a good they put me through with some good like contacts and stuff. So I feel like that's definitely helped why the release is doing well as well. Yeah,
no, dope. Yeah, and I saw also you got the mobile fund as well. Kind of talk on that, because I see a couple artists have got that as well, and it's like, it seems like it's there to help you basically like make music more of a full-time thing. Right? That's what it seems like.
yeah, it's it's like the recognition that you get from it. I feel like for me that's been the best thing. Obviously the money's great. There's obviously the money, there's controls to the money. It's not just like here's £3,000 to spend it on anything. Like, you know, when you do the application, you had to have a project set out in the application, and that funding is for that project. So I have a year to carry out the activities towards that project with the money, and like it's quite rigid to that. So I can't just be like, oh, so I'm planning to do a video for a single, so I can't just decide to change single, for example. Or maybe I could write to them, and if, you know, like for example, if circumstances like stopped me from being able to release that song, I'm sure I could let them know and be like, hey, can I change it? And so there's some leeway, but basically it's based on what you set out when you applied. But like it's a sick institution, it's MOBO and Help Musicians Fund. Like the fact that they know my name and my name is on their system, like that's what feels really good. It's like, oh, I'm part of this select group of artists that have been recognized by such an amazing institute like MOBO and Help Musicians, but Help Musicians UK. So it's definitely like a morale boost and like a nice like kick up the ass to be like, okay, cool, like you can do something big with this, like use it wisely, like be smart with it.
No, for sure. So yeah, off the back of that, obviously, like in your music, you talk about love a lot, and like last weekend it was Valentine's, so like for everyone,
Valentine.
I kind of want to get into like the debate whether like is Valentine's Day now real, or is it just a marketing tool to like sell stuff?
Oh,
basically,
you are. Oh no, it's like
No,
I'm not.
I mean,
I'm good.
no, I mean, like, of course it is. Like, of course it is. Like, if you like do the history on the day, which is about some saint who allowed some marriages to go through when only generals could get married based on the fact that like everyone else was due to go to war, so they didn't want their orphans. And like apparently this guy, there was a day where it was like free love for everyone, so there's bare orgies going on. So.
I just said free cheeks.
I actually thought that it was. I thought it was invented by Clinton Cards. That's what I thought.
man.
Wow, look at you.
Need to go and watch it now.
No, you have to go back, subscribe, like all that shit. No, I definitely no, but it is I don't know. I wouldn't say it's fake, but like you just gotta play the game. So like if you got a partner, you don't have to do anything for them, but just know you're pissed. So obviously, just play the game. But it is definitely all materialistic and fake. But
no, like it's a good day to celebrate love. Like celebrate love, of course. But
yeah, but you should do it any day, surely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely like a capitalist tool of like let's make this day about selling flowers and dinners and holidays, and like let's make it about having a bay so that everyone who's sat at home eating a tub of ice cream is gonna have envy and go and book themselves a nice dinner.
I deleted Insta that day. I was like, what the hell is this? This is aggressive. Bro, you're just seeing people out of the woodworks with things. You're like, huh? I swear. Nah, let me not speak. Let me not say
They're
nothing.
not smart baiting out their love lives on
I'm seeing some people putting on their close friends. So they're putting it on their close friends, so you wouldn't even see what's going on.
It's mad. But then is there like if you've got a partner and you don't post them, that's the thing. Like
not really, because social media is not really your.
Even me personally, I think more of a low key thing is my bad.
I think people like misinterpret actually being in love though, because I feel like with social media they feel like they have to validate their relationship with social media, like they have to like put it out there. Whereas like obviously some people do it for the wrong reasons, like they'll be like, oh, I need to hide it or something. But what was it, Specs or something that said like just post something, bro. I just do it.
Yeah, and I said if you got a thing, you have to post it, because like
the one day of year that you have to post your thing.
I swear,
secret, I'm not secret.
It would just be one strand of hair. Like, yo, that's my babe. That's just bro, just one strand. This is my girl.
Or you put the love heart over her face.
I swear, bro, over the whole thing. Like, I love you so much. You're the world to me. World to who? That could be a fucking dog, bro.
But yeah, no, I think you should just do whatever's comfortable for you. Like,
it depends on the relationship.
Exactly.
Like, it's an agreement. Like,
I think a lot of people do compare. Like, relationships are different, and some people they like how they don't really care about Valentine's Day. Some people like all the holidays they fucking live for. It's just up to like your situation, and then
I'm
them
gonna
players,
I'm gonna tell you something. There's someone. So I've got like someone who lives in a different country who like I'm like really close to. We're not together because he lives in a different country, but there's love there. And so he called me on Monday morning. He was like, "Oh, by the way, like I didn't send you anything yesterday because I was like, I'm not celebrating." Like he was like, I made like an like purposely didn't send you anything yesterday, and then basically like proceeded to tell me why he didn't leave on Valentine's Day for half an hour. I was fine with it because like I've been growing up around similar views in it, but it was just funny that he opened up about
is his name Future by any chance? Is his name? I don't know if I've ever like just asking. Like if he is, then I need to link up with him, man. I want to all them bars. I'm joking.
Yeah, that's king misogynistic right there.
That guy makes me sick.
Why? What does he say? Tell me the things he said.
Future. Oh my! I'm not even gonna say what
Oh
you're gonna
my
say,
god!
bro.
Just look on Genius.
I swear, literally, bitch, don't get too comfortable. Bitch, don't.
Nah, he said if I cheat, I never tell her sorry. Like that's just man is a savage.
Actually, no, wait, hold on. Who's more toxic though, Future or Drake?
What?
Drake is soft.
No, Drake's not soft. He
What,
talks about
bruh?
like sleeping with like Scissor in '08 and all this stuff.
Yeah, that's not toxic. That's just
He
a
said with
dick.
Scissor.
Oh my god, yeah, bro. He
See
was
this
clapping them
lyrics?
cheeks. Bro, he was working that fam. Tennis racket things.
Edit.
He's beautiful.
Edit.
He's
To
so
edit.
beautiful.
Oh shit. Sorry, it's recording. My bad.
No, leave that in.
Oh fuck's sake. Cancelled. I'm gonna be on Made You Think by the morning. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
No, but he's not that. Drake's not that toxic. I say he's more sweet. To be fair, the sweet boy might be the toxic.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mm,
But I feel like Future's more derogatory, probably a bit more derogatory. Because like Drake does it in a sweet boy way where he's like, but I don't know what's worse. Sometimes you want someone to just be straight up. You don't want them to be like sweet boy.
No, because Drake does it in a sly way, you know. He's probably a savage on the low.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. Because he was singing about Georgia Smith, even though she had a man all them times, like a whole boyfriend.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he
he
And she was
drove
like
to
19.
Yeah. She's beautiful though. Shout out
No,
Georgia.
the worst thing is he drove to Warsaw. Now he's going through a crisis of shaving hearts into his hair. So you know, it's cool.
Yeah,
Warsaw?
Yeah.
that's where Georgia Smith is from. Warsaw?
What's it? Don't ever do that again.
In England.
Yeah,
It's Warsaw in England.
Yes,
That's
in Birmingham.
Yeah, all them workplaces in the UK, like Skegness and that, bro.
Birmingham.
But yeah, no, another kind of thing I wanted to bring in actually recently is that I don't know if you saw, but obviously Lori Harvey, she's living her best life,
Yeah,
innit?
with
And
Michael B. Jordan. Wow, you sound
yeah.
like some female. Sorry, actually, that's sexist.
I saw a
That's
picture
so
of them today. They look fire.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah.
like, why do people? Like, why don't get?
No, Boosie got at them basically. No, got at Lori Harvey saying that
Yeah, you can't say that.
she's been with different guys in it, but then obviously people are going like Boosie in it because he's got like 6 baby mums in it. So it's kind of like the kettle calling the pot black. It is a bit mad.
The question is, was she in an entanglement with Michael B. Jordan?
Nah.
And now they're making it official.
Nah, that's a relationship. The entanglement can only be with Jada Pinkett Smith. She's the queen of entanglement nation.
No, I'm waiting for the red table with Michael B. Jordan and.
Ooh, I swear that'd be lit. No, but
How
I
long have
think
they been together?
I want to say like a. Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know.
A while, right?
Publicly a few months though.
Yeah.
On socials a few months.
Yeah. But I swear she left. Who did she leave? And then everyone was bare happy for her. Was she? Future.
with
Oh
Future,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Future. Oh shit.
Bitch, don't get
Yeah.
too comfortable.
She's gone to a better place now. Michael B. Jordan is a dream.
Yeah, no, he is the guy, to be fair. Can't even lie.
Nah, I can't, I'm hating on man's thing. I don't care. I'm a hater. I'm hating on man's thing.
But I do think, yeah, kind of early in the relationship, if you have been in various relationships in a short amount of time, it's kind of
How short is short?
short.
Trust me,
I say like a
exactly.
couple months.
Was
Right.
it? Wait, she's been in all those relationships a couple of months.
Yeah, so she was with Future and she was with someone else.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Drake.
I'll say though. But the only thing I'll say though is, but why does it matter? Like, I can't lie. Like, if you wanna,
to me, you know what, it
Yeah,
doesn't
not
matter,
you,
but
obviously. some people obviously they're saying like, oh, they're like bringing up like, I can't lie, if you want to, who you want to be with, what you want to do, and at various times you want to do it, that's actually just your business. Like, people give too much, people care too much about other people's business. Like, if she wants to go from Future to Michael B. Jordan, I don't even think it should be like a thing in it. I get why a lot of women are like championing it because like I think maybe the power of like what she's doing is what a lot of men doing it. But then again,
Yeah.
is she even doing anything? Like people just, I think people are just too inner in people's lives, man, and I just think it's a bit too
Yeah, everyone's here to judge. Like people are just out here judging.
for no reason. So Laurie, fam, if you're out there, you see me, I support your thing. Shout, man. I'm here still. Shout, man. But I
Because
think people,
they're kind of doing the same thing with it was trending on Twitter with was it Lauren London?
Oh
It was
yeah, they were
with
saying
Nipsey Hussle.
yeah, they were saying she was pregnant, but then she came out and said like it's all a lie in it. But yeah, it's mad because yeah, everyone was in her business, but in reality, even if she is pregnant, like, is that your business? Like,
bro,
Yeah.
it's not your business, fam. And it's sad she went through a lot as well
Yeah.
on the whole world stage. It's peak. It's peak.
100. But yeah, no, I want to move on to the next topic because I think at the moment there's a crisis still. Like,
Bro, whenever you sorry, just before you go on, whenever you announce these things, bro, your introductions are just so groundbreaking, like you're Morgan Freeman, bro.
He looks like a news anchor.
Ah, so that's the one, bro. You look like Trevor McDonald. Man said there's a crisis
There is a crisis
of
today.
incomparable, using big words you never heard for. Really,
Feels like he's gonna start talking about COVID. You're gonna start reporting like,
bruv.
up on news, fam.
I'm gonna let you land though.
I'm talking about love. I'm talking about love.
It might be a crisis for you, bro. The man are living.
No, I'm saying in the dating world, it's like basically it's like I feel like in London, it's like you like someone but they like someone else, and they like someone but they like someone else.
Is there something you're trying to tell us, bro?
It's something I'm trying to tell you, but basically, like to cut to the crunch, it's just like it just seems like obviously people who are in like relationships, they know what they want, but other than that, it seems like in a dating world, like people just don't know what they want, especially for I'll say for ethnic people as well, because obviously like our parents, they come from more of like a traditional point of view where it's like
They say that though, but I think a lot of them are capping. Can't lie. I'm just gonna say that.
possibly,
Yeah.
but then like our generation is obviously more liberal. Like a lot of people, they're not really considering marriage. They're not really they're more like just seeing where things go and taking it there. So it's like I think a lot of people are kind of in a catch-22, whether to go more like down the more traditional route or the liberal route where you're just clapping cheeks basically.
I feel like it depends on the person you find and the arrangement you have as well. Like,
Shit.
I mean, like polyamory is a thing as well.
Yeah, that's all, man. Them stuff. You can't. What man said? I've got like 4 wives.
Wait, no, elaborate. Is that your thing though? Elaborate.
Oh,
No,
it's
not.
not.
It's not necessarily my thing, but it's like, for example, I'm going to give you a scenario. If you love someone that lives in a different country, would you do a long distance, or would you both allow each other to just live your lives, and then when you're together, be together?
I'll do long distance because I'm committed.
But what? That's like.
I'm lying.
Why should you have to?
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
Tough,
but
man.
It's if the other person has an understanding, I guess that's where
both people have to agree on it. Both people have to be on the same page about it. Like the love you have with this person has to be at a point where it's not necessarily about possessing them, where you love them as a person and you understand what you have and you're secure in what you have, that it doesn't matter if you are like effing other people, because we know that sex isn't love. Like it can cross over into it, but how many times have people slept with people and it's like, it doesn't mean that you wake up the next day and you want to be with them.
Hey, no, your future's assistant, you know.
I swear, bro. Bitch, don't get too comfortable. Bitch, don't get too comfortable. That's what she's saying, bro. No, but no, to be fair, I get what you're saying though. I think people do confuse the two. However, it is like, I think as we get older and kind of like how the more like liberal we get, people just appreciate like it is what it is, isn't it? Like if you wanna sleep with someone, you wanna do this, people do wild shit in the bedroom as long as it's legal, kind of like do your shit. But I think it will get to a point where I think there will be less and less marriages, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I don't think it's actually like a bad thing because like I said, our parents did things differently. Like before, way back in the day, like you would have sex when you got married. Then obviously that changed, and then now it would have been a thing where you had sex before you got married, but you definitely got married. Now in a space where people are just like, actually, maybe I don't want to get married, you know. And if that's what people want to do, I think fuck it, like why not? The world's always going to evolve and change. It's just kind
Yeah.
of like doing what you feel comfortable doing. But I actually want to ask everyone a question here. If you want to answer or not, do you all see yourselves getting married at some point, or
I do, to be honest. I can't even lie.
I
Yeah, I feel
do,
like I will.
I do, but I'm actually like, I'm not the biggest fan of having kids. So
No.
I'm more on the idea of like getting married, but I'd honestly just have my own house, a
and
couple
a
of
dog?
dogs,
Pet
I'd be
dog, yeah.
happy.
Well, you don't want mini armor, fam. Just come like this, bro.
Nah, it actually doesn't interest me. Bro, I'm not
Must
bringing Mini Me into this world. Are you mad?
A mini
Well,
demon, fam.
I
Demon
swear,
cam.
bro. It's gonna happen now. You're pulling.
Really demon.
What
Yeah,
about
I probably
yourself?
jinxed it.
Yeah, it's actually gonna happen like tomorrow.
Babies. I feel like I will. It might not be a marriage, but like as in like, it might not be like an official marriage, but like I definitely kind of want some like union ceremony of love. When I'm
Yeah.
at that point where I'm like, cool, I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
That's what Future would say.
Wow.
That's word for word. I'm using all these. I'm writing these bars down. These are like what me and you got right now. Like it's like a marriage, but it's not a marriage. We're not married, but I love you, but I don't love you. I keep you here, but I got see that's Future bars. But no, but I get what you're saying though. Like
No,
I
I'm
think
not saying I'll have things
yeah,
on the side.
of course. But I think I do get what you're saying. I think it is like we are gonna get to a point where like marriages might not just be the thing. So I think you just kind of do what
Yeah,
you
they're
feel.
definitely dying out. Think about marriage from like the thing is with marriage, I feel like a lot of people do it because of for financial reasons. They like, you get your mortgage, like there's certain privileges that come with being unified.
You know,
And I feel like that
it's a
probably
business at the end of the day.
it can be,
And
yeah.
A lot of the time.
it's
Well,
bloody
it's like
expensive.
imagine how many marriages, they want to get divorced, but they're like, nah, let's just keep this as a business arrangement. So they keep that. Do you know what I mean? So then they're technically still married, but they're not together. So
I can't
it
lie.
becomes more like a business agreement.
I think after like 20 years, more time, that's what it is, in my opinion. I think. Can't even lie.
Unless they get into an entanglement, they go out, have fun, and come back to each other. That's why people should be allowed to go out and
Hey,
explore.
shout out Jada Pinkett.
Yeah,
Bro,
come on,
that's
you need to spice some marriages
toxic.
up.
Yeah, but she actually brought him into the relationship.
Yeah. She brought his bro. I just can't believe it. Like, how can someone catch you cheating and you're like you can't even say I'm cheating? Oh no, it was an entanglement. That's what it was. Eh? What?
No, but apparently Will Smith was in on it, so that is kind of
I think he
an
was clapping
entanglement.
Margot Robbie anyway. So it's Will Smith, bro. Big Willie style.
Yeah, no, it's an open relationship, definitely. Like,
Margaret Roberts.
Yeah, apparently. Have you seen what's that movie called?
Yeah, the where she's
Yeah,
Harley Quinn.
yeah, that one. Yeah,
What?
Yeah,
Apparently they slept together. Who said that?
no, I can believe that, you know.
I can believe it because the way they met, and I've heard it, but don't ask me
Who
where.
said
And
that?
it's just gossip. Oh, I feel like a gossip.
Mad.
Obviously, they were in a love interest in a movie, but like, apparently, obviously, like, when actors, obviously, they're acting that they're sleeping together, but there's some reality to it, basically.
Nah, I wouldn't say that because you can do it like because that's I think that's cool. That's kind of like making it unprofessional what it is, isn't it? Like a lot of
Wait,
these
look at his
actors.
background. Wait,
I
have we
know.
noticed?
Yeah, I know. He guys, that's what he does, bro. No, get the one where he's crying.
That
Oh,
is a
that's
guy
bad.
that's hurt.
Bro, he's
I don't
hurt.
think he knew the whole story, to be honest.
Yeah, no, he looked surprised. I can't even lie. He looked put on the spot.
But
He did
you
what?
know what? Like the thing is with like things like obviously like going back to the whole marriage thing. I don't know how people get married like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, that's mad.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's the thing.
Sometimes
I'm
maybe they love
definitely
the
only doing it
ceremony.
once.
Yeah,
No,
but like
go
even
on,
the
sorry.
ceremony's long.
Maybe they're rich and they love the ceremony.
Nah, I don't.
No,
I
you
just know
got too
'cause-
much money if you're doing that.
To
Man.
be fair, people do get like remarried. They like renew their vows, which basically means one of them cheated and then they renew them afterwards.
I wouldn't say that, but like I hear that.
But
No,
why
but
would you get?
You're onto
But
something.
But why would you get married again? Like, you've already done it once.
Because you want to
Like,
spice
with
up the
same-
thing. Let's say your thing is dying. You're like, oh, babes, I love you. Like, oh no, let's get married again.
No, let's
You
go
get
to a
married
sex
up.
Oh, you
party.
mean with the same
Huh?
person?
What did you say? Say
No,
that
I
again.
didn't say anything.
You said
No, because no,
a sex party. You said a sex party.
Like, so I was listening to No Rules, and obviously, like, Specs has been going to sex parties, right?
No.
And he was saying like that he always sees like husband and wife duos going, saying, "Oh, like, do you want to sleep with my wife?" And it's like all of them are there just to like spice up their relationship. So obviously, they must go home and like high five each other and just go to separate rooms. It's like what's the dynamic?
To be fair though, I see some man like watching other man like destroy their wife. I don't get that.
I think they're trying to make themselves jealous again.
Yeah, because for me, if I was in a marriage, the thought of someone else sleeping with my wife, bro, makes me sick. That makes me physically sick. So you're telling me I'm now asking someone to do it? No, my head hurts.
Some people don't have jealousy problems though.
Yeah,
No,
but
I
it's-
don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Everyone has got
Everyone has something.
a smidge of
something.
jealous. Even
If
the
you're not
nerdiest nerd that you will never expect, like,
Yeah, but if you're not
they'll
jealous,
ride out.
but if you're not jealous, then you don't like love them like
Yeah,
that.
you
I'm
don't love
sorry.
the partner.
Because you have to be even a little bit. It just is what it is. Because you're jealous of you're like, nah, everyone's jealous. Small.
It's
Some
like
people
anything,
possessive.
innit? If you love something,
It's
you're
not
gonna
true.
be, you're
That's
gonna be,
not true.
Wow.
you're gonna
Wow.
be in some way possessive
No, but
of that
I
feeling.
feel like
Yeah, of
but I
course
feel like
you're going to be possessive, but you're also going to be at a point like if you can overcome jealousy, then you'll maybe feel a way about it, but you learn to not let that feeling control you.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
you
like
still got that
you'll
feeling.
feel
Though.
anger, but you don't have to identify with that anger. You can see past it or rationalize past it.
I don't know. I think
you gotta be a monk to do that. I can't even lie.
Yeah. I think that man are just built different. Like that.
but there's
You gotta be
I
a
swear
Buddhist
there's
monk
like
to do that.
there's like varying degrees of jealousy, because there's like people that are just jealous of a girl just going out and spending time with her friends.
No, that one's
No,
mad.
that's
And then
I'm not
there's
even lie.
That's abuse.
and then that is abuse, but then there's the
That's
jealousy of
abuse.
just like, oh, you've just slept with like 3 other guys while I've been at work.
No, that one will burn me.
That's not jealousy. That's pure justified anger.
Are
What?
you dumb? I'll be in my bed for like 3 weeks.
3 weeks, the rest of my life, bro. What? I listened to Drake. Cups of the rose. How'd you be in my bed, bro? Like she did me, bro. Marvin's Room on repeat. Oh, I couldn't even
But
imagine.
what if you were sleeping with other people too?
Yeah,
What
but
if
like
both of you were sleeping with other people?
yeah, but like, as a man, I'm joking. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna say that.
Bro, do you wanna get cancelled?
I'm a dickhead. No, but like, obviously, yeah, but then again, if you are sleeping with other people and you're with someone, then like obviously you're not gonna. If you don't feel bad, you're just fucked in it, and that's just is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, but what I mean is if you can separate sex and emotion.
Yeah.
Like, come on, tell me you haven't slept with someone and you woke up the next day and you're like, I don't feel any different now than I
I'm
did
a virgin,
yesterday.
so like I've never had sex.
No, that's some psychotic stuff. I don't care.
No, not even for what I've heard, because I've never had sex before. For what I've been told, you can separate the two, because like sometimes it's just a beat from what I've been told, and sometimes it's
Yeah, so if you're comfortable enough with your partner and you like recognize that, yeah, you might have enjoyed the sex with that other person, like it's as more of an activity, and that you don't necessarily have feelings for them, then I'm sure it's
Activity.
not for me. Yeah, because imagine, okay, this is, do you know what, I've actually been thinking about this, like, what do you define as cheating? Because have you seen that episode of Black Mirror?
But yes,
Where
yes.
the
Yes.
game, right? The game. Technically, he was not having sex with anybody else. His actual self wasn't having sex with anyone else. But it's his heart, his like soul, the soul element of him, or like his spirit element, was attracted to somebody else. So it's like technically he wasn't cheating, like he wasn't beating anybody else, but he had feelings for somebody else. Versus, yeah, beating somebody else but not having feelings for them. What's worse?
No,
I think personally, what's worse is somebody my partner or the person I love having emotional feelings of love for somebody else versus just like physical.
I'll probably say at the point, yeah, that you're hiding that from your partner, because everybody, like you said, if you, let's say the Black Mirror episode where he's sleeping with, if no one's seen it, he's basically sleeping with his best friend in a video game. Yeah, doesn't make sense. So, but obviously he's hiding it from his wife. But is that the argument? Is that cheating? But for him to hide it means that he knows it's not good and he knows that she won't like it. And because it's obviously on that in that region of like sex or whatever, that's when I do think it's cheating. If you can tell his wife, then I don't think it's cheating, if that makes sense. But it's every relationship is different. So at what point do you class it as cheating? So some people, if taking someone else's phone number on a night out or giving your number out is cheating, but some people it's not because you're not fucking. Do you know what I mean? Whereas some people, like even if you're dancing with someone or like catching a wine, which you can't do till 2025, this panoramic needs to finish. Man is tired of this shit. But like some people whining at carnival with someone else isn't cheating, but to someone else it is. Do you know what I mean? So everybody's relationship is different. So if you're hiding it from your partner, most likely you're cheating. But if you're not hiding it and you're fine with it, then that's just how your relationship goes, I think. Because some people they do the swinging thing. You know what I mean? People do the sex party thing. I don't know how, but they're not
Yeah, no,
cheating, are they?
that seems mad still.
But if you're swinging behind your husband's back, no, you're cheating behind your husband's back.
Nah, I think that's it. It's when the trust is betrayed.
Yeah,
That is when
trust
it's wrong.
agreement. Yeah, it's
Like
true.
if you got the link and you got the connection with someone, if you're not telling them something and leaving them out, then that's when it's. But obviously, like even like Tiana Taylor, she talks about how with Iman Shumpert they do like
The mad thing.
threesomes and
Where?
that.
Where?
Oh, you've not seen it? Oh yeah, they might do the mad thing. Nah,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
threesome.
not my liking or my thing.
Wait,
Innit?
Tiana Taylor, is it a documentary or is it talking
No,
about her
no,
family?
she just talks about it in interviews that they do. Like
Threesomes.
they invite
Yeah.
people into their relationship, basically. So
That's
I'm
why
saying that's like some people like that in it, but some people don't in it. So yeah, it's whatever your trust levels and whatever your preferences are. That's the way it normally goes. To be honest,
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't do. I couldn't let someone be beating my wife. Oh my goodness me, Jesus is Lord. That gives me headaches, bro.
I have to drink a tank of like supermalt fam to like just
Supermalt
get the
bleach,
feeling
bro.
right.
Bleach. I'm drinking bleach, bro. I'm jumping off a cliff with bleach in my mouth. I'm drinking bleach. Like, what
But
would you
yeah,
even do? I know this is fucked. What would you even do if you walked in on your partner with somebody else, bro? Like, what the hell?
Well, that would be a complete disrespect because, like, let's say you were in an agreement with like your partner,
Yeah,
for example.
Let's say
It has to be out of sight. It has to be out of sight, out of mind. Like,
why though? Because you don't care, do you? So surely you
you
shouldn't
do,
mind if you.
yeah. No, it's not a matter of not caring. It's just a matter of like understanding love differently and respecting the
Okay,
other
fair.
person's wish.
Yeah.
So it's like I still feel like you would never want that person to walk in on you. That could be unless you're in a thing where you do threesomes, then walking in on them is fine because you're doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like as we said, it really depends on.
but even in that, I think there's jealousy. Like
Yeah.
if you're
Of
putting
course,
so much
of course there
attention
is.
on the other girl,
I feel like humans naturally like it's human nature to be jealous. But all I'm saying is that if you can like work on yourself enough to be able to like know when to be jealous and or maybe identify where that jealousy is coming from, because if that jealousy is coming from insecurity, you're going to be jealous about everything and everyone, and that's not really the way you want to live, because there might be occasions where you're not with your partner. Like if you're really insecure and jealous, then you're not going to necessarily be able to trust properly, and that's going to manifest itself in different issues within the relationship. So I still think people need to work on themselves before they enter a relationship, to the point where agreements can be made in the relationship that go outside of your conventional don't talk to him, or anyway, I just think it's a lot more nuanced than
Yeah, definitely. No, most definitely. It's not like relationships are so like multi-dimensional. They're not straightforward because what I've seen people in relationships where like they'll both do the mad thing and no one will care. But then I've seen relationships where, which isn't good. Obviously, I know it's a different like angle, but a guy will be angry that a girl's talking to another guy, like just like having a conversation. So, like all relationships are different. As long as it's not abusive, I always think then just do your thing. It's back to my earlier point, bro. People too in each other's business. Do what you want to do, as long as it's fine.
just
Clap
literally
cheeks.
it's about
Clap
finding
cheeks.
out what works.
And clap
It's
cheeks.
about finding out what
And clapping cheeks. From what I've been heard, I'm a virgin, so like just clapping cheeks. Clap.
yeah, nah, that's the AC motto. But yeah, like onto the next topic. Like I think it's good to have you on, Meron. Like, and I think for people like with this podcast, I want it to be like an advice thing and like beneficial to people as well. So like on the next topic, I kind of wanted to get into like, but from both sexes, but obviously from your perspective as well. Like, if you're like your ideal guy, what kind of proponents does he have to have, or just in general, what do you think women want from guys in this generation?
I think it depends on the person, doesn't it? Like, it depends on the person where you're at. Like, because I'm somebody who's really like quite hardworking and like ambitious, I want to be in a relationship where I'm inspired. So I definitely want to be, I don't need to be with someone who's balling. I don't need to be with someone who's like a CEO or like killing it in what they're doing or loaded. I just need to see someone who loves life and likes to try and believes in themselves enough to try and aim high. Do you know what I mean? So that's more of a fall in love with like a mindset and an energy and like a way of being, as opposed to like something that can be defined like materially.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. And I think the other really important things are like, based on like past relationships that haven't maybe gone as well, there needs to be like respect and patience. Things like patience is really important. Like, how many like situations have we been in where we almost feel rushed to make a choice, and then you get sprung way too quick and it ends up backfiring on you. So it's like patience is important. Somebody who's like, we're all humans, we're all different, we all have different triggers. So it's just about like someone who's like willing, like patient and understanding enough to understand your triggers, and vice versa. Like, I have to understand their triggers and like work to kind of find a way to help each other, benefit each other, as opposed to like, because you see them toxic relationships, you know your person's trigger, you're pressing those buttons, you're punching those buttons, like ding 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 ding, like I'm gonna trigger you, like
women are
that.
trash. Sorry.
What are you saying? I can say that about you, but I won't, because it's like humans are trash. But also humans are troubled, fam. We just need to, we're all like unhealed, isn't it? So that's why everyone's out here shitting on everyone else. People need to work on themselves.
Okay, so
how many the thing is, like, how many relationships do you know of where like the guy or the girl have like completely changed themselves to suit the relationship or like the dynamic of the relationship? Because like I know, like, even like a close mate of mine in uni, he just turned into a completely different person and then came back a year later like, yeah, that wasn't me, I'm really sorry about that. And it's like, you know, I mean, from you guys' experience, have you experienced that yourself or like through other people?
Yeah, I think everyone's kind of met someone.
Yeah.
I think everyone's seen that, but it just, I think the changing aspect, like I think everyone will change. Everyone change when they get into a relationship, but it's just kind of, as long as you're happy with that change, then that's cool. But there are some weird ones where you're like, that's just not you. You're like, yeah, some people are just a bit weird, but
Yeah, you didn't like classical music.
I said,
Yeah.
No, there are some changes that you can justify, but it's like you have to have a strong sense of self when you're in a relationship. Only because when you don't, you end up morphing into what that other person wants, because everybody is projecting onto the other person their ideal, right? That's how we are. And a lot of the times we don't know we're doing it. And if you don't have a strong sense of self, you're kind of almost gonna like automatically morph into that, based on, because you learn their responses, you learn what gets you praise from them, and you learn what gets you punished from them, like reward system, right? Reward and punish system.
It's like a dog, man.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say like a kid, but you say like a dog.
a dog.
Okay.
You're calling women dogs. You're cancelled.
No, he's talking about humans. It's gender. This is
You're
gender.
Hey,
finished.
it's because I've
Denzel
got
said,
Milo in it. I've got my
It's
dog in it. That's
you're
why.
talking about
"Oh,
domestication.
I fucking hate that."
Yeah.
By the way, side note,
Exactly.
I hate his fucking dog. That stupid dog. It attacks.
I actually really like his dog.
Oh, because his dog is racist. That's why.
Yeah, he don't
Oh,
like
is
black
he
people.
Yeah,
actually
you don't like me.
racist?
I'm so angry, bro. Anyway, so I'm digressing. Sorry, whenever I hear his name, it pisses me off.
But yeah, no, I kind of wanted to list some aspects of like a guy and kind of get you guys' take on it. So the properties I had for like
Properties. What is this? Science.
quote unquote
You're
ideal
getting
guy.
cancelled, bro. You're
An
getting
essay.
cancelled.
Quote unquote ideal guy. So I said open-minded.
Lab report.
Live report again. Open-minded. I said provider, protector, head of the house.
No.
I'm saying it from a traditional
No.
view. Just
Ali.
disclaimer,
Bro, I
disclaimer,
do not.
disclaimer.
I am not backing you on this one. Die on this hill, bro.
Okay, you know what?
Die
Let me
on this
land. Let
hill,
me
G.
land. Let me land. Let me
Nah,
land.
land.
Let me
Oh,
land. Let
No,
me
do
land.
it, do
Head
it,
of
do
the
it.
crash
Let me
landing.
land. Let me land. Okay. In my opinion, this might get me cancelled or whatever. But
Oh my! No, oh God,
wait,
no.
no. The guy's the head, but if the woman's the neck, wait.
Wait, what?
The guy can't function without the woman. Basically, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying
Why is
it's a
guy ahead though?
Oh, see, welcome. Enjoy this one, bro.
that's
Why
what.
Yeah,
can't it
enjoy
both
this
be?
one.
Why can't it be joint? What if the woman's earning more money? What if she's the
Mm,
one killing it? What if
mm,
she's the boss? What if she's
mm,
the one who like takes authority, like
mm.
manages the finances, like deals with the kids and works and stuff?
Okay, you
Like
know what?
is
In
she
that
meant to not be the
situation,
head?
yeah.
Yeah.
I just think whoever's the better leader should be the leader. It should
Can
be
Yeah.
I've got a view on that. Yeah, I think a lot of men. How can I say this? A lot of men have got that. The idea you said about head of the house thing, like
yeah.
they've got that idea misconstrued. So, like a lot of men think that they by default are the men are the man of the house or whatever. Do you know what I mean? But they're not even doing anything. They're not even bringing anything to the table. They just think because I'm a man, like I'm already ahead. Do you know what I mean? So I think at the end of the day, you need to like for you to have that kind of ideal, you need to have your own shit patterned in a way that you know what I mean that you can even get someone that's on. Because I wouldn't want a girl that's just like following, man. If that makes sense, you want to be walking side by side with a girl in it.
Yeah.
That you're gonna be things where you're better at than she's better at. You know what I'm saying? And you need to have that respect to be like, you know what, like it's a partnership,
Yeah,
not
like a
like a
balance, isn't it?
it's a
Yeah.
balance because the
Partnership.
best relationships that anyone has ever seen, like I always like to use the Michelle Obama, Barack Obama like
But
analogy,
Obama's the leader in that
bro.
still.
Yeah, no, you,
Is she the
bro.
boss now?
No,
She's the she. No,
he's the leader though, but
let
it's
me
definitely
land.
a side
Let me
by.
land.
Okay,
Let me land. Let me
cool.
land. Let me land. It's
She
cool.
might know. Some might debate
No,
she's the leader. Anyway, you land. Go
yeah,
land. Go land.
she is. I'm telling you, in my opinion, in that year, she's the leader. Let me tell you why. Because even when he was like, when she left uni, became a lawyer, like he was basically obviously still on his come up, bro. He was basically Brock. She was the one that was basically bringing in the bread. And then now she supported him to a way where he's now become president of the United States, bro. Like in my mind, like she's the one that's really holding it down because she held him down, and then he became president. So in my opinion, she's really the leader. And you can tell,
But
bro. Like,
that's a different thing though. I think Obama still has the final say, in my opinion. But
nah, I don't know. I think she does because I can't like
Nah,
Nah,
you're
I
not
think
telling
she there.
you're not telling Michelle no. I'm telling you, you're not
and
telling her no.
Yeah.
also
you're not
the thing
telling her no.
is,
But okay,
the
go
thing
on,
is
sorry.
that like it's kind of deeper than just being like the head because
Yeah,
the I feel like okay, this is going to sound really deep anyway, but I feel like you have to be you have to be like bigging each other up and
mm.
like supporting each other and pushing each other forward. Like at the end of the day, like you hear these stories all the time. It's like typical fucking Jeremy Kyle shit, right? Like the woman's like, oh, I raised the kids, and then the kids are like, yeah, my dad was a deadbeat. But then the dad will be like, but I worked all the time and I supported you and I gave you all this money and all this stuff. And it's like, but your wife raised your kids.
Mm.
You just went to work and came home and just sat on the sofa.
No,
You
Yeah,
did
but that
nothing.
also
So
probably has its like benefit as well. That goes back to a partnership. They both had their roles.
mm.
If she was the one looking after kids, he was getting peas. Maybe it could be a different situation.
but I think like even then I feel like you need to have like I don't think there should be any hierarchy anyway. Like
Yeah,
I don't think because in a way, like I guess my example there was like he's making a point that he's doing more than she is.
Oh no, that's
And
not
it's
more.
like, no, that's
They're
not
both doing
like
their part, and it's different. Yeah.
Okay, but
exactly.
okay, let's go to this point then. If a guy isn't an alpha male, will the women respect him though?
no, like, bro, that alpha, oh, bro, I don't get that
Well,
alpha
alpha
male shit.
shit.
Is bollocks, bro. It's
I
absolute
hate alpha
bollocks,
male stuff,
bro.
bro.
Do you know why? Let me tell you why it's bollocks. Yeah, it's because it gives off the idea that all women are the same. Like some women love that shit. Fair enough. Some women don't. So like, do you know what I mean? It's all different shit. So like that alpha male shit. When I see that stuff on like Instagram and Twitter and stuff, where people are just like, oh, you need to be this, you need to be taken. Like I get it. Some women like to like that. Some women don't. In it, it's all about finding what your partner likes and what actually works for your situation. Like it's all very, like you said before, it's very very nuanced. Like being an alpha male for some women is gonna be like fuck off. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean talking to me like that? Do you know what I mean? some women they'll be like, if you don't talk to me like that, then they don't respect you. Do you know what I'm saying?
But yeah,
So,
I guess you know what. Let me just give the example of my house, innit? Because definitely, like my mum runs things definitely in the house, but then I'd say like objectively, like my dad probably has the final say. But then I'm coming from a Christian background, so I guess that's different from people as well. But yeah, I guess you know what it is. It's whatever works. If it works, then all power to you. But I guess that's just my
Yeah, because
perspective.
I feel like you've come from a more patriarchal, like religion is way more patriarchal.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
But I definitely believe like women can lead as well, 100. Like, but it's who's better. It's basically like when you're flying a plane, who's the pilot, who's the co-pilot. Whoever's better
Yeah.
is the pilot.
Maybe it changes because sometimes co-pilot and pilot, like maybe they'll switch it up if because co-pilot and pilot, one of them gets to sleep. Like let's say it's a 24-hour journey, I think they'd switch over, wouldn't they?
yeah, surely.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah. So it's like that's that's a good analogy in the sense that there's like there's interchanging between the two. Both of them are, but like, obviously one's more important in the moment, but then it changes and like they're both as important because you can't fly that plane without the both of them.
Yeah, 100.
And
Or you can safely fly that plane without the both of them. Like you can still fly it with one man, but you can't have man tired behind the wheel.
Basically, you need someone there. You need
Little
someone
backup, little tutus backup, yeah.
and then clapping cheeks. Yeah.
But yeah, now I wanted to go into the qualities of
Clapping
women,
cheeks.
but I'll
Rotted.
probably get cancelled if I go into that. So
Say
Clapping
it, go
cheeks.
on. Controversial.
okay, you know what? Let me say it. Like, it is
Oh,
what it
collection
is.
and cut.
Okay, so my qualities of women are.
Whoa. Nah, stop.
No, I'm gonna say it, but you know what? I'm gonna say this should be for both sexes.
Gulag
Yeah,
that,
okay.
man. Yeah, continue.
Okay,
Gulag. Oh my god.
number one, forgiving. Number
Sorry,
two,
wait. That,
I don't know about that one.
oh, bro.
no, but you know what? I think both sexes should be forgiven, in my opinion. Like, obviously, like if my
Depends
other
on
half, if my other half does a mad thing, I gotta weigh up both sides in it and think.
Cool. So are you forgiving if you walk into your bedroom and she's just getting, you know what I'm saying, the walkage?
It depends what the situation is.
This is okay.
What
She's your wife.
situation?
She's your wife.
No, I'm joking.
Actually, no. To be
joking.
fair, no. I'll be honest though. Let's say you've got 3 kids with your wife. Are you really walking away from that?
That's what I'm saying. It literally
True,
depends
actually.
what the
Yeah, it's
circumstance
true.
is.
True. Because are you actually gonna walk away from that because of 1 or maybe 3 years of work? I had some stories online. I'm just gonna cry. But yeah, I don't know. Forgiving is, of course, but I think it has to be like understanding. But like,
Understanding is a good way to say it.
yeah, understanding. Because I think forgiving, yeah, but like if you violate the thing, you can't really forgive. You know what I'm saying? Certain things.
Yeah, but I think both ways. Like, I think it's a thing where in a relationship, if it's a long-term thing, like let's say more than 5 years, both are gonna do a mad thing somewhere along the line, innit? So you're gonna not
Yeah,
necessarily
but
cheating.
not your
I'm not.
wife.
What are you
Not,
saying?
not
I'm
your
not saying
wife
cheating,
getting
though.
like absolutely railed on the bed that you sleep in together. Like that. That's not happening.
I'm not saying that.
Question:
I'm
When do you
not
go to
saying
sleep?
that.
When do you go to sleep the night you find out? Do you
You
sleep on the
can't
same
sleep on the
bed?
sofa.
Yeah, we can't sleep on the sofa, but I can't sleep in the bed.
Sleep on the floor.
No, I'm not sleeping on the floor. My house. In my house.
Oh,
I
I
was
don't know.
crying. But yeah, for understanding, we'll say understanding instead of forgiveness. What's the next one? I'm so scared.
No, the next one's is nurturing, isn't it? I think.
Oh yeah, nurturing. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, you got to be nurturing. But I think same way for a guy in it. Like if you got kids, like you should want to step up and like not only help your partner get better, but help the kids like develop, whether it's in school or sports or. But obviously that's traditionally quote unquote normally given to the mum, but
no, my
it could
dad
be both
tutored
ways.
me. My dad tutored me maths. I was traumatized. But
Oh, don't.
Oh,
Oh God.
bro.
My
Why
dad
don't
would
you
hate me.
understand what I
My
have?
dad. Oh my God. The times that he stood over me, it was just like that fraction doesn't make any fucking sense. Oh
What
my
is?
God.
You are so
Big
stupid.
up my dad though.
Oh,
The
bro.
ruler. It was the
Nah,
ruler on the table. The ruler on the table, fam.
Oh,
I'll be like,
no.
oh, I need help with my homework. I'll be like, okay, what's that?
That bendy ruler.
I swear.
The amount
Bro,
of times
so,
that my PlayStation was taken away. Oh my god.
bro, do you know your imagination back in the day, bro, coming like Netflix? Just be there, yeah. Just use your imagination. Be like, yeah, what we gonna do today, bro? We ain't got PS4, PS2, sorry. What fucked?
You're Spider-Man for the day, innit?
I swear, bro. Just be playing with random shit.
But yeah, no, the next one is like, it's kind of on the last one that I was talking about, but it's like, kind of got to be like the navigator of the house. So like you, like, same way, it can be both ways, innit? It's whoever's bringing in the bread. Like,
What do you mean by navigate, bro? Navigate me to what you mean
navigators
by
mean like
navigate.
just like keeping things in order, basically.
What? So like just keeping the yard in order, or
No, not even like
oh, okay,
I don't
cool.
mean like
I just
cleaning,
wanted to
cooking,
make
and
sure.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I don't mean cleaning, cooking.
good.
I mean like strategically, basically. That's what I
So you
mean.
think basically she's like the brains behind the operation?
Yeah, I think because like that's definitely where I'll big up women. Women are definitely more switched on in that direction. I think like they
They
definitely
That's
don't
changing
double
though.
down.
It's changing though.
That is
think.
changing.
Yeah,
Really, you
it's
think?
changing. Yeah.
Well, that women are not.
I
I'm confused. Wait.
no, but I feel like
I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to stick to the traditional. Like I'm the one that cooks and cleans.
Yeah.
I don't
can't
mean that
lie.
though.
Oh
I
no,
don't
no, not
mean
like
that.
that. Not
I
like
don't
that.
mean that. I mean like keeping things in order. Like, oh, boom, like the kids have got flipping parents. Even they got like rugby this day. Or they got
I'm
like
taking them to football. I'm definitely the one taking them to football.
exactly. That's what I mean. Or even holidays. Oh, we got a holiday next month. Like we got to do this, this, and that. I think I don't know. Like in my opinion, and obviously more traditionally, like men lack more in that field.
So you're basically just saying, yeah,
Depends
that
though.
because men are lazy.
Kind of
Because
basically.
men are actually quite. Bro, we need to do better, fam. We're actually just trash. Well, I'm not.
But I think that comes from how they've been conditioned to feel like
Yeah,
they're meant.
facts.
I feel like that comes from how the role that they've been conditioned to believe that they
Yeah,
assume.
true. Yeah.
And that's changing now. I feel like because we're more aware of our conditioning and people are like almost changing, like, you know, we're breaking like our normal conditioning and like trying to educate ourselves and kind of like get rid of these gender norms and religious norms and stuff. I feel like that your average household or family dynamic is really changing.
Mm.
Everything from people getting married to open relationships to the roles in the house, like it's definitely been like knocked on its head. Yeah.
do you think I mean how much does like social media and stuff though play a part in that? Or like technology in general? Because I feel like back in the days before anyone had like Twitter or Instagram or like Tumblr or whatever that you'd read about these like relationship dynamics or someone got married and they did this or this person had this many kids and obviously sometimes like people in relationships compare their relationships with other people's relationships.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like how much do you think that's played a factor in it and how people approach it?
Well, I think social media is like the place that has allowed people to have all of these discussions and to like come to understand things that beforehand they were maybe isolated from. Like, you know how beforehand you were kind of like, before pre-internet, you kind of had what was around you to learn from, but now the internet is global. We can learn from everything and anyone. So I think that's definitely opening people's minds up to new possibilities and new things that go outside of like what they're used to, and with that comes the ability to adapt, modify, take on what you want, like things that resonate with you and disregard things that don't resonate with you more easily than beforehand. So I think that's allowing people to like remix it in it and have their own version of things.
Yeah.
But I think that there's a good side, but there's a bad side as well, where like people see people like couples on social media and they think like everything's perfect. So like, they'll go to their partner and say, like, why aren't we like that? But you're not seeing when things are going mad in that relationship. So
that's a shit relationship then, to be fair. Because I think like anyone that's in that relationship doesn't kind of understand like the difference between social media and real life.
There's
and
people like that.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
and I'll say it. Your relationship.
I think that comes to security. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Because at the end of the day, like if you're secure in your relationship, like you have out like like people that have been in a relationship for like 10, 20 years, they don't watch other people's relationship. They're like, they just focus on their own. But you get people where they all they do is like they look online and they're like, oh, well, like we should be doing this, we should be doing that, and it goes for men
But
and women.
like someone else got engaged, or why aren't we engaged? It's like,
yeah.
Like they're
That
gonna
kind
get
of
divorced
thing.
in 2 years, so like, fuck you, don't follow what they're doing.
Yeah, in it, don't rush. Like it's best to not rush because it's expensive. It's an expensive
Oh,
mistake.
Bev, so expensive. I'm
Because the
buying food for people
wedding
I don't
and the
like.
divorce, you're getting lawyer fees and all of that shit. And then let's say you have
Prenup.
kids, all your assets, you have to split all your assets. Like divorce is stress, man.
Question: are we all signing prenups?
Yeah, defo.
Are we signing prenups?
that's a weird conversation to have though.
Yeah,
know.
because you're
I
basically
think it
planning for
depends
your
on the money
divorce.
dynamic as well. It's
Nah,
like,
because
you
even
know what I
whatever
mean?
money dynamic here, you're still gonna be taking some kind of change from them. So
But equally, right? I'm actually one of the people that think that, like the whole like Jeff Bezos thing,
mm,
where like his wife like took like half the estate or something like that.
bro,
I actually don't think there's anything wrong with that because
Yeah,
this is
she
yeah.
was
why.
there from the start.
Let me
Yeah,
make a point on
same.
that as well. Like, I think this as well. Like, look at the most successful men in the world. Like,
Mm,
90% of the time they're married, innit?
mm,
And that, you know what that is? That's because, like, it's like anything in life. If you got an accountability partner, that means like think of we just all of us have done so much like dumb stuff in our past. But
mm,
if you run
Mm.
it past someone and they're like, you know what, like I
don't
got
do
this
that.
idea, yeah, and they're like, no, like
Mm.
you should do it like that. That's basically the equivalent of like having a partner. So even though he quote unquote lost money, the money he made was definitely
More than he would have got
yeah,
without it, bruv. That's the truth, bruv. And
yeah.
that's the thing.
The wife was definitely involved. So I gotta give big ups for that, innit? Like
But the thing is, though, I think but it depends though. With the, to be fair though, that does kind of mess with the prenup argument then, because I've always been someone to say like, if you want to sign a prenup, but surely you shouldn't because that person's been there from the jump and they deserve, you know what I'm saying, what they've kind of got from the relationship. But I guess with the Jeff Bezos situation, it's a bit different because she was with him when he was broke, and then now he's like the richest man in the world. I swear when he got divorced, she became like the richest woman in the world
Maybe.
by like just half the P that she took from him, and then he still
Mad.
worked. He still then got it back and became the richest again.
yeah,
So
that's mad.
from
But
that
yeah, no,
panoramic busting,
that's what I was saying. It depends on the situation because it's like if the partner was there from the beginning, then you can kind of give leeway on the prenup. But yeah, if they came to you when you got money, then it's like the prenup kind of has to be put in place. To be honest, like either no matter what sex in it, whatever, whoever's got like the power,
I'm
basically.
not gonna lie. If I marry someone like Beyonce, I'm not signing shit. I'm not signing. I'm not signing shit. Adele, I'm not signing. I'm not signing. That's toxic. That's future me.
You know, apparently Skepto's with Adele. You know, like, that's a
To be fair, I'm not gonna lie. Adele is stunning. What?
Skepto's with Adele.
yeah.
I don't like
Apparently,
to gossip.
so
See, Denzel knows everything. That's how
I
he's got the
don't know
cat.
if that. I swear that was like debunked though. That's not actually
it was a
happened.
rumor, but I don't know to be honest. But she's looking nice recently. I can't even lie, but.
Yeah, that's why she's wearing that Jamaican flag stuff. Big up to Adele.
Yeah, but kind of the last like proponent I have.
He's using all these fancy words.
Bro, honestly,
Oh
stop
my
talking like this.
god.
You're wearing a suit, you got a trim, you're wearing a cap, and you're saying fancy words, bro. I know you. This is not you.
Nah,
Big
this is
Den.
digital dens, isn't it, Phil?
Side note, just before we move on, just want to say, it's very random to put it in there, but congratulations for your piece, by the way, that you did, the Gets piece.
Oh yeah, nah, I
The
appreciate
the
that.
um the Graham Christiani piece. Amazing. Touch, man. I don't know why we didn't start with this, but yeah, just before I forget, well done, bro. Congratulations.
No,
That's how you
no, I
got the trim.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, no,
Nah,
definitely
bro.
best about that.
But what's the last composite, or what big word should we use? Combination,
Component.
component,
Component, yeah. Now,
proposition.
I said leadership qualities, but I think it definitely like
I've got one more actually after that.
relates to because Meron, I think you definitely have like leadership qualities and that like you
Assertive.
start yeah assertive. You started your own music career. You like
Mm,
push it on yourself. So that's definitely a component that like guys will find attractive. To be honest, so
facts.
it's like
They're like,
I,
oh, she'll make a good mom.
but it's like yeah, it's kind of like that. But it's like on because I did say before like men are quote unquote the head, but really I do think women run the thing in it. But it's like a partnership kind of thing,
Yeah.
basically. But yeah, definitely like on both sides, leadership qualities are definitely like
I've got one. I've got one.
benefit. Yeah, go on.
Cheek clapping acumen. I think the ability to clap cheek from both
Oh
sides
my god.
is something that is very, very important. No, I'll be real.
Man said
Bro,
angles.
every relationship is based on love, unity, and cheek clapping. That's the facts of it. So you need to do it regularly and do it a lot, and strap up if you're not in a relationship. Jads, cheek clappage.
And that
No,
was
Can
but
you do it?
and that was an advert for
But
Durex.
I said,
that was actually an advert for Durex.
yeah.
If you want to put your advert here, please let us know.
No,
But,
yeah,
but do you think though, like, I can't believe we're talking about this. Do you think you can clap cheeks too much in the relationship and it becomes boring? Because usually you have to all the time.
I don't think it can ever become boring.
Pause.
To be honest.
but
It
you know, let's
depends.
go.
It depends on your. To be fair, like on a serious thing, I think it can happen where it does get boring. But that's when you and your relationship need to literally spice up and maybe do what Specs does and go to sex parties if that's your business. Like I said, I'm a virgin. I don't know what that's like. So, but just kind of do what you got to do in
Or
it.
you can do the role play thing, like the Hello Kitty thing.
No. Oh my God.
That's
No.
not my thing, innit? But I'm
It
just
might
saying,
be. I've never heard that
if
before.
that's your thing, innit?
No, he likes wearing that suit.
That's what he does.
I'm
Yeah.
saying if that's your thing, innit?
That's why you're wearing the suit again.
I'm a traditional guy. Like
Yeah,
I just
traditional suit.
I keep it traditional. But if that's your thing and you want to spice things up, like I don't know, Meron. Like what are you saying? Like I don't know
Wow.
what your opinion
Wow.
on the
Don't
matter
even
is.
cut it.
On what? My opinions on what?
Just life, innit? Life.
I said on live. You're finished. You're
No,
finished.
I'm joking. Yeah, like yeah, no. Obviously, I said the leadership qualities, and then
Oh
Jazz
yeah.
kind of interjected to say clapping cheeks and that.
No. Don't bring me into this. Don't do that.
Definitely need to like have a little healthy. You need to have a healthy sex life. Yeah.
I think it's key for everyone. Well, everyone that's in a relationship, people like to hide from it. But like you said before, I think where we're becoming more and more liberal, more open, is something that it's getting better and better with time, which is good. And I think which is one good thing as well is that women are more empowered with sex as well, which is good.
Mhm.
Because I think before there was something that was just seen as a male-dominated thing that was just for male pleasure. So like, I think the fact that a lot of women now are kind of being very open about it, I think it's really, really sick because it helps everybody. We all enjoy it. Well, I've been told anyway. Like I said, I'm a virgin.
100. But yeah, no, kind of drawing to the end. Like, Meron, do you like have anything you want to plug in or anything that's on the horizon that's coming out that you want to talk on?
So the video will be coming out soon, which will be fun. And then I've got there'll be quite a few singles coming out this year, like hopefully a project, maybe two. I've started producing now, so I'm building up the repertoire.
No, you played that for me still, like the
yeah,
stuff I was saying was dope still. It was
Sick.
dope.
early days, but I'm hoping to keep on going, keep on improving, and maybe drop like a self-released project, maybe like this year, end of this year, or maybe like an album next year. So there's a lot of releases on the horizon. Like I've been really active last year and this year, so there's like a backlog of good music. So I'm excited.
But yeah, no, you and Armour definitely need to do some sort of, because he's a producer extraordinaire as well. So definitely.
So
are you
bad.
Logic? What are
No,
you Logic?
I am actually shit.
He's so
No, I've got
Ableton.
Ableton, yeah.
on his phone.
Yeah, I make all my beats on GarageBand.
Man said
Really?
on his Samsung.
How do you make 808? Like, how can you make an 808 on GarageBand? Let's say, I was like,
You can actually do that, I'm
There's
sure you
probably
can
a
do
way.
that. Yeah, I've seen people do it. There's like YouTube videos because like people make beats on GarageBand, which is what software do you use? I don't know if you
Logic.
mentioned. Logic.
Yeah.
I really need to get into Logic, but I don't know. I've been using Ableton for like, I don't know,
Ableton's
10
sick.
years, like since like college. So
Ableton's
You know it
I don't
well.
know.
crazy.
But I used to need some beats for sure. I've got a lot
Jeez.
that I'm working on at the moment.
Collaboration.
Some drill things.
Where he
Definitely
jumping
clocked it.
on some Quang face and that.